Test, test, test. Oh, I'm blown out again. I don't know if that's this one. Test, 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 test. That's not too bad. Test, test, test. Welcome to another evening of Seguin River Monsters baseball. Let me go to 810. I think we might be a little high. I don't know how to get that any lower. It's not really blowing out there. I get excited and then it gets too loud. Come down here a little bit. Let's go back to OBS. Testing 1, 2, 3. I think that's good right there. Let's do some bump music up. And I can kind of hear myself. Can I hear myself? Is that too loud? All right. I'm calling that good, folks. We'll fade out and do some starting lineups. First place, Baton Rouge. Rouge in town versus your very own Seguin River Monsters. T Texas Tony Turnstile on the call. Dutch Chattahoochee, presently off the Amalfi coast of Italy, trying out Mr. Nakatomi's brand new yacht. Costs about $45 million. Crew of 46 people. And that's where Dutch Chattahoochee is living it up. I'm on the call tonight. Hopefully we'll get Scotty B up here. Where else we'll talk into doing a little bit of play-by-play. But Seguin River Monsters in the cellar, about to rock some baseball up in your faces. And they're going to show you what they're made of because I think that's a good ball club full of good ball players. So first place Rouge versus, at present, the bottom league, the Seguin River Monsters. But first in my heart, and they got the players. We're going to turn up the heat tonight on them Rouge. I'm not going to go through the fantastical claims that the Baton Rouge does not exist because it totally does. You can look it up. We've got some managers out here exchanging lineups, and I'll tell them to you as I got them. You're visiting Rougarou. TJ Grinds leading off, playing left field. Will Safford, 2-hole, playing second base. Batting in the 3 spot. Josh Shelley playing shortstop. I'm going to have to check league stats, see where Shelley was, because he was leading in a lot of stuff. Let's look at the league stats. Sinceri Shelley, second in the league at 386. He's the 3-hole batter. Daryl Moore Jr., center fielder, returning Rougarou. Nice. Got that up on the screen for you. Looking at some different stats. Brady McGee, right field, batting 5th for the Rougarou. Banks Byers, the designated hitter in the 6-hole. 7-hole Davis Michi. I don't know, it's like Donna Michi. Davis Michi is your third baseman tonight. 8-hole Austin O'Malley will be playing first base. And in the 9-hole, Trevor Durr catching tonight. On the bump for the Rougarou, Camden Chalfant. Mr. Chalfant, University of Oklahoma freshman out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Now, starting lineup for your Seguin River Monsters. Kyle Atkinson playing a great center field and being a hell of a leadoff man. He's starting it off for us. Hector Rodriguez at short in the 2-hole. Garrett Felix is DH and batting 3. Alex Gonzalez, Texas State Bobcat. And I don't have his, let me pull his position. I must be playing, he's playing third. I didn't write it down, but I know he's a third. He's a hell of a glove down there. Batting 5, Adrian Torres from UTRGV, playing left. Batting 6-hole, Xavier Arias, playing right. 7-hole, Preston Freeman is at second. 8-hole, Jaden Kalura out of Nicholls State is your catcher. And in the 9-hole, the first baseman with a massive magnet in his glove, Connor Kaiser, on the bump for us tonight. The ever-present and unflappable, and my favorite leg kick in the league, James Tello. So sit back, relax, and check out some Seguin River Monsters baseball. Getting tired of Rob Manfred, check us out in the TCL. That's what I'm saying. Kick you some bump music and get ready for national anthems.
Let's play ball.
Oh, there we go. All right, folks, about to get underway here. The old Star Spangled Banner. A lot of men and women gave the ultimate sacrifice for this beautiful country right here, so we can have some baseball tonight. Hope you're enjoying it. Settle in, grab a cold soda. Game time temperature about, I don't know, I'm saying 98 degree. Real feel, I'm going to say it's only like 110 real feel. Whatever our last game was, the real feel was 1,000 degrees. The humidity was off the charts. But for all the folks you out there, appreciate you. Just sit down on the mic, finish up a little bit of social media work, and we'll get back to it. We'll watch Mr. Tello warm up the old arm there. All right, folks, let's kick it. TCL Baseball leading it off against Mr. James Tello, TJ Grinds. TJ Grinds from beautiful city of Alexandria. Scotty's mic. Scotty's here. Line to somebody, I think to Mr. Gonzalez. Let me get Scotty up there. You hear yourself, bud?
Yes, I can. Nice snare from Alex Gonzalez.
Alex Gonzalez. Yeah, I was like, everything at the last second today. For those that don't realize, I made 2 trips back and forth from San Antonio because I got all of our camera and sound equipment, but I actually forgot the laptop that streams. So that was nice. 1 pitch, 1 down. TJ Grinds L5 in my book. Will Safford, not to be confused with the legendary home run pimping Will Stafford of the Raging Cajuns, circa probably about 98. Tello delivers. Nice breaking ball. We'll just not call that a strike because 1-1. Because the planets weren't aligned right. I like Tello. Does middle relief work for us sometimes getting the start here today? That one was out. I'll give you that. Mr. Tello, Amarillo College, lives locally nearby in Buda. If you don't know how to pronounce that town, totally fine. About 30% of us do. Bounced foul. Scotty B on the call tonight, as I said, because Dutch Chattahoochee is off the Amalfi Coast with Mr. Nakatomi and his new yacht.
Soaking in the rays.
If you can hang with Nakatomi, you take it. You take that opportunity up. That's all I'm saying. Most of the steel that is in all high-rise buildings in Japan comes from his companies. That's all I know.
But the best steel comes from CMC Steel right here.
That's true.
Seguin, Texas.
Direct competitor to Nakatomi in North America and CMC Steel. And Nakatomi's made no quips that he is intent on a hostile takeover at some point in the next 10 years. So breaking ball misses outside. Safford works a walk. Now Josh Shelley.
One of those breakers, I think that ended up in Kalura's glove as a strike, but it broke around the outside part of the plate to lead to that ball. It was right there, though.
I think it hosed on the first breaker, but honestly, I feel like if you're missing outside with a breaking ball, it's because you're not staying close enough. You're flying open. Safford, second baseman. I don't know. The Rougarou were free and wild on the waste pass previously. Anticipated to continue. Kalura behind the plate. Thank you for checking, Mr. Tello. Got how's your heat index doing, Scotty?
I was standing in the rodeo walk-in cooler for a few minutes before officially coming over here. So I got mine. I had to get my body temperature down a bit.
Yeah, I mean, you get a grill burgers on a 98-degree day for about 40 minutes there. And then I didn't know there was a walk-in cooler over at the rodeo grounds, but I might look into that. Nice breaking ball from Tello.
I've been told that it will never lock from the inside, but I still have that kind of built-in fear that when the freezer door closes behind me, I'm going to be stuck in there.
Yeah, that's a legitimate fear to have. Tello checking on grinds. I like that. Give Mr. Kalura a chance. The Rougarou have it in their blood to run here.
He was leaning, and he's going.
Yep. Off goes Grinds. So Shelley spoils the pitch on probably what I think was just a green light hit and run for Shelley. I don't know if you're hit and run with Mr. Shelley. You could. Huge hole on the right side. He's kind of choking there. But Shelley and Sinceri near the tops of the league, I think he's hitting 390.
Shelley doesn't have that same lead he had last time. And he was really leaning. His knees were facing second, and he wasn't in that same position there.
Yeah. Mr. Grinds. Oh, that's not Grinds. That's Safford. I keep talking around. Safford at first, causing problems.
Excuse me. Shelley. See, now he's got that turn a little bit.
The open stance. Breaking ball low. I like Tello's in reverse style. Let me junk you and then come with the heat. Full count to Shelley. The shortstop. Mr. Shelley, a freshman from Houma, Louisiana, going to Coastal Alabama North. Bounced right at Connor Kaiser. Ricochets off his leg. Hot shot. And Mr. Safford will go to third. We'll rule that a hit. To help his average. That's a tough backhand. That's a tough backhand for Kaiser coming off the bag. That was hit hard.
Yeah, holding on the base runner, bounces off.
If it was hit less sharply and you make a ricochet off your leg, I'll give you an E, but that was blistered. So Daryl Moore Jr., center fielder. quite a memorable player from last year. One of the stars. Bounced, what that, get him on the foot? And it did. So nobody's going to advance, but the bases are loaded. So hit by pitch. And unenviable position for the Sturs right now. A force at the plate or a double play, all is forgotten. Your batter is going to be Brady McGee, the right fielder. Turned into a nice night, Scotty. I thought it was going to rain there for a bit.
We've been getting that 50% chance these past couple home games, and we've been lucking out.
Nice breaking ball. Strike one. No, I don't know if we need the center field cam tell us on that missed.
That missed?
I
had
guess.
already been looking down at the book to mark a strike down.
I have no idea.
No idea where that could have missed.
So hopefully it's not that kind of zone tonight, because then, okay. All right. So that's going to be, that makes for long ball games. We have the PVC piping strike zone. There's a breaking ball and foul. Thankfully foul. That would have scored a couple. So 1-2 ahead on McGee is Tello. Strikeout is huge right here for it to escape. Now, is it true we have a couple new additions, Scotty?
Just added Jacob Dodge, a nice tall first baseman from UC Santa Barbara.
UCSB. I love it.
Is 6'5", big frame on the kid.
Is UCSB the Gauchos? I think they are.
They are, yes.
The Gauchos. I want to say, and I don't know if there's a home field. I think they were actually maybe in San Diego, but it could be wrong. I watched a UCSB. They were pretty good. They were ranked for a little bit, if I'm not mistaken. But good program. Some dude hit, at least that I tweeted, hit a home run off like a transit metro train, like an elevated train. It's somewhere in Cali. Shot out into the gap. Under it's Atkinson tagging, and he's going to go to third with it, which is the right throw. I don't know if you're going to get Safford, who almost collides with Tello, kind of does. So RBI, sack fly, but 2 down.
Atkinson has 2 outfield assists on the year so far, but that would have been a tough ask going
That would have
home.
been a Bo Jackson level to get Mr. Safford. So McGee with a sack 8 for the second out, and that'll bring up Banks Byers, the designated hitter.
Keeps the runner at second.
Nice piece of field in there. Banks Byers, a freshman, 6'3", 190, tall drink of water, Panama Beach, Florida. Tello gets out of this with 1. I'm thankful. Nice breaking ball. I just call that for a strike. Thank you. 0-2. Tello ahead. Working himself out of trouble here. Crowd's starting to fill out here. Smokey Joe. Historical Smokey Joe.
One of those tough stretches, battle in the heat.
Yep. Just get used to the gills here tonight. So just get used to.
He retains water very well, so
he's a fish. So, but I don't know how Byers got a piece of that, but he did on that down low Tello offering, fading away from him. Looked like a cricket bat. Like, let me just chip it before it hits the wickets. 1-2. Drumore Jr. at first. Shelley at second. Breaking ball, he wanted to. That's a nice pitch. Head in the count. Got a wasp saying hello to me. Feel free to sting me on the face. 2s now to Mr. Byers. Bust out the old Marine Corps hat. I'm going to swat this. Oh, nice back pick. They got him.
Scoop. Oh,
he's out.
No.
Oh, he dropped the ball. Oh, he got him on the arm, too. What a nice throw by Kalura. His back pick there. Very nice to keep him.
He was sneaky on that. He almost was a no-look.
Yeah, it was like
his shoulders kind of stayed facing Tello.
Yeah,
And,
it,
he turned to first at the last second there.
that was awesome. It was like the pick of the ball in the dirt fluidly brought it up to his shoulder, so he's kind of in thrown position. He's like, I'm just going to gun it over there. And good job on Kaiser being there too. Bounced, but foul. Very nice. I love back picks. Back throws and back picks. Let's get Scotty's turned up a little bit there. Sound is always an issue for us. Honestly, all tech is always an issue for us. Ooh, he tried to turn into it. I don't know about that. Are they calling that a hit by pitch or ball 4?
Well, it was a 2-2 count, I thought, but
I didn't hear anything, and he kind of jumped in front of the plate on that breaking ball. That was shady. All right. Well, Byers is aboard with a hit by pitch, but like, I don't know if he fully jumped in front of it, but if you're like sideways to the pitcher, then you like just jump straight up and turn your body flat back to the pitcher. You kind of add a couple inches to your dimensions on an inside curveball. All is fair in love and war. There's another back pick, and they got him. Oh, I thought they got Shelley. Kalura, you're on notice that there is a sniper on a rooftop.
strike there from Tallow, even the count.
Love it. Love what Kalura is doing. Bounces it. Oh, my goodness. Nice job. Oh, he did beat that. Tello wasn't covering, and Kaiser, he was covering, but late. Out of the box was Michi, and that scores a run. That's a hustle play. Shelley scores there. But Tello and because Kaiser had to take a jab step back to get the hop, and then he was like, I got to sprint it, but you don't have the momentum that the runner already has going. So Michi flat out burns it to first on the bouncer. So I frankly think you have to rule that a hit unless you want to E1 the pitcher. I'm not sure. Austin O'Malley, the batter, 0-1. He's your first baseman tonight for the Rougarou.
I don't know what's going on behind home plate right now.
It's like he wants to call it, but then he won't raise his arm. Potential shoulder injury from the umpire. He's like, I'd call it a strike, but
I can get him checked out.
I was going to call it a strike, but my shoulder froze. Breaking ball. 1-2. You know what I'm saying? Where like it's like that flinch.
Oh, yes. And which makes me think not only because my eyes saw a strike that one's coming, and then
yeah, it's like a gunslinger like reaching inside his jacket for a gun. Oh no, I got nothing in here but a packet of Trident chewing gum. I was like, Jesus H, I thought you were going for pardon my French, but it's the second time this inning. Looked like he was ringing a strike that was a strike. 2-2s to O'Malley. Breaking ball rolls him over, and it's foul. It's part and parcel that I'm going to gripe about umpires, Scotty. It's just how it is. Well, everybody's used to the Seguin River Monsters broadcast by now.
Never like to start with it in the first inning, but that last one on this at-bat was...
Let's see how many walks we got. We got hit by pitch, one base on balls. There's that breaking ball. Hit hard out to left. Going back is Torres and makes a catch right in front of the warning track. So we get out of it with only 2, but you got to hold the Rougarou there. F7. We'll go to the bottom. Go to the bottom one, folks.
10,000 feet. Gotta fly. Get me to get. I wanna feel the heat. Fly over the ocean. take you along. You like a rock man. I live in motion. We land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. That's right. Not gonna let you go it alone. Bring me along some fun. Ha! I travel light and I don't bite. Fly over there, Danny. Take off for a new city. Somewhere got history. Somewhere real pretty. We're cruising in London, yeah. And I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Huh. Get on to the aeroplane. Huh.
Make it on to the aeroplane.
All right.
To the aeroplane.
Here we go now.
Make it on to the aeroplane.
Break it down for me.
Get on to the
All right, and we're back up. Cal Atkinson's going to lead it off against Mr. Camden Chalfant. I think this is my first look at Mr. Chalfant. University of Oklahoma Sooner, freshman. Atkinson playing a heck of a center fielder, proving to be the ideal leadoff man. Coach Tony Perez doing wonderful things with them River Monsters. About to get these 2 runs back. Fastball inside corner from Chalfant. I'll give Chalfant this. At least he has a windup. Yeah. I'm not afraid to praise opposing teams. It's like a step in kind of a fantastic, maybe like a barn hoedown kind of kick thing happening.
He's got a little flair on that kick.
Right? Kicks it out, then the knee bends it back. Did you ever do any pitching, Scotty? Because I swear the leg kick is just like organic to how you are built as a human being and your tendons are attached. Like you don't even try to do it. Like that's just natural to his DNA. That's just how it feels right.
Never any meaningful innings.
Yeah.
I've been on the mound before, but
I don't know, but your leg kick was probably just what your leg kick was going to be for your life.
yeah, you don't really ever think about it, I don't think.
Yeah. Just whatever feels good to get that arm out, that body around, get that shoulder loose. In on the hands, Chalfant working in. Take note, right-handed batters, and jack one over into the bark pile. A lot of guys try to work in. Can they do it effectively? Route 2 to Atkinson. Work himself aboard. It's Chalfant. Again, pumping fastballs. So primary vibe is I'm going to challenge you and establish the heater and see where it goes from there. Work everything else off of that. I don't know if I've seen the slider yet, honestly. There's the breaking pitch. Now that's how defenseless you are as a hitter when somebody pumps 4 fastballs on your hands. So Chalfant gets the K against Atkinson, and here's Hector Rodriguez, our shortstop. Can't say enough good things about, particularly in his defensive steadiness. Squares. I think that was a breaker, actually, for a strike. And here's what I would the state of the stirs. I don't know, some of the guys watch the feed and stuff like that. If I was going to give a motivational speech, we're in the bottom of the league, but championships are not won on the next pitch. You know what I'm saying? It's one pitch at a time. Bounced hard.
Not one in June either. So
Bounces it, dug out by O'Malley. So 6-3, Shelley to O'Malley. But, you know, you got to remove the expectations entirely from it because everybody wants to win the game. You want to win the TCL championship, but that's not how it's done. It's done in the next pitch of the next at bat, what you do, and you have to take everything else out of your mind. I think we got a good squad, and no pressure. It's just about the next pitch here against Chalfont and what we do with that. Good breaking ball down low.
the past 2 games coming into this one, our pitching staff put up 15 zeros across 17 innings, and we ended up going 0-2. It's almost a tough thing to do when you get that kind of pitching.
Yeah.
So we got the positives there.
We got good bats. We got good defense, and the pitching is there. A couple comeback wins from the opposing teams, but we'll turn this franchise around. But whoa, yeah, walkie-talkie is still on. Bounce from Chalfont. Whoops. Let's turn those off. 2-1. But yeah, the stirs are there. Remove the pressure. Focus on the next pitch. That's all it is. And then bounced hugely. Could be trouble. And he's going to beat that. That's a single. You could see that shaping up on the huge hop. The pitcher wasn't getting over there. Chalfont's got to sprint over there and be waiting on there. By the time O'Malley grabs that ball and shovels it to him, he's got to beat Garrett Felix to the base. So single by Felix is the same thing as with Tello. I don't know if you ruled that an E. The only one it could possibly be is an E1. So I think you ruled that a single. Alex Gonzalez, third baseman. Focus next pitch and pick up your buddy. That's what the summer's about for the stirs. And we'll start climbing out of the cellar. It's the only thing that matters. Garrett Felix, 2-out single. Ooh. I think there's a big old party happening at the ballroom here in Seguin. I can hear some awesome Norteño Tejano music coming out there. 1-0 to Alex Gonzalez. I think the zone's going both ways again because that might have been a strike, but it wasn't where the catcher was. So 2-0. See Gonzalez hit a 2-run bomb and tie this thing up.
Party in the Ag Hall. There was some rodeo action here today as well, and now some River Monsters baseball. The events complex in Seguin is having a busy Saturday.
Come over. There goes Felix. Good pitch to run on, and he's safe. Chalfont threw like a slider away, and Durr had to reach across his body and try to get the throw off. I know you love that as a catcher. So good piece of base running by Mr. Felix, and runner in scoring position for Gonzalez. I'm going to call that a strike.
Three 3-1 count to Alex Gonzalez. Felix on second, 2 down.
I think that's Safford trying to check on Felix. He ain't going anywhere. Not with 2 outs. There's a breaking ball, 3-1, but he walks him. So 2 runners aboard. And Adrian Torres. Both UTGRV guys have come right in and fit in nicely like a perfect little puzzle piece. Picked right up.
Damien's played some nice third base, slotted in the outfield one game.
Yep.
Adrian's had some good at-bats in his home game here. Laid down a nice bunt that he got a single on, walked twice.
Yes. Thought their at-bats have been really good. And
Seen Damian unleash that arm from third base a couple times. He fires it across the
He
infield
does.
with
He
some
does have-
gumption.
Puts a little pace on that. There goes Felix, and it's kind of a hit and run, and Shelley bobbles it. That could be trouble. Nope. Picks it up and gets Torres. Felix stealing third with 2 outs. But Alex wasn't going. That was interesting. Okay, so Torres 6-3, and we'll go to the top of 2, folks. All right. We're back to be pitcher by committee tonight, possibly. Colton Graham on in the second. Last time we had eyes on Colton Graham, he's absolutely untouchable with a slider. And he will face Trevor Durr. Or no, was he the third out?
Not Durr
Yeah.
leading off.
Yeah, it is Durr. What number is Durr wearing? 16? Okay, that is Durr.
Colton evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, I think we both thought his slider was absolutely untouchable the other night.
Oh yeah, he's got a nasty breaking pitch.
Head of Durr.
Almost has 2 varieties of it. Sometimes it seems like it's a little bit of a sweeper, and other times it's got some tightness to it.
Yeah. Whatever he was breaking off the other night was completely baffling. Like if you had a chance to foul off the fastball, and he's got above average fastball, but the slider was just a wipeout pitch. And there he gets Durr. I think that was like a change or something. I don't know. That was like off speed down. So K for Graham picking up where he left off, sitting people down on the pine. And TJ Grimes, left fielder, lined out to third while I was still getting my baseball consciousness together at the beginning of the game. There's that. That's what you're talking about. That's a bigger breaking ball.
Yes.
0-1. And there's another big breaking ball out to Xavier Arias, camped under it. 2 down quickly. Graham also a student of working quickly to benefit your fielders. So that's good. Mr. Will Safford walked, scored in the first. I'm not an advocate of the clock, so Safford can get himself together and get in the box. I'm not going to say anything. Fouls it off himself. Probably working between innings somewhere here, Scotty. My disdain of Manfred. I'll make it a talking point.
You're not alone.
Big breaking ball.
Oh,
Umpire says it's up, but that's because he was squatting down. 1-1. His perspective was off. Might have been high. Safford isn't. Let's see what he's listed at. Safford, 5'8". That's what's working against you on that curveball.
I don't know where Colton's
2-1.
missing on these last two. Those are nice pitches.
It's a tighter zone, it seems. Bounce low, 3-1. And the full caveat to everybody's like, this guy gripes about the umpire. If I was the umpire, I would suck so much worse. So it's just, it's part of the call. Part of the homer call that everything thrown by the Sturs should be a strike. I really don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not down there. 3-1. Full. Gets him back. Stafford going to rethink his choices on whether he should wear a front shin guard after this game. I think they're about $20 on Amazon. In pain. Hope he's all right. It only takes one of those in your baseball career, and you're like, I'm getting a shin guard. You will buy it after the game on Amazon. Anybody looking for gift ideas for Will Safford? Shin guard, foot guard.
Yesterday night, I was unloading the truck and hit my shin on the hitch of the trucks, and I almost bought a shin guard. So.
It's so painful. One time I full swung and hit it. It was like a low ball, and I hit it so squarely into my front shin, it blew my leg out off the ground. It was like a line drive into my own. Oh, fouled it. Fouled the 3-2 breaker.
I
to
don't
stay
know
alive.
how he got a piece of that.
I don't know.
That was a nasty breaker. He was out in front of that. That must have just kissed the bottom of his bat.
Very fooled on the 3-2 breaker. Could be, now you're like anything you can throw right here. There's another breaking ball. Graham has no fear. Command of all pitches. Got Luis Solis back on the boards tonight. It's a huge ad. So I suck at doing it. Turning a pretty good at bat here as he punishes his inner leg. His right leg just getting beaten. What was it? What'd you bowl, Lewis?
173.
He bowled a 173, folks. That's bad for him. And Graham does miss. So Safford going to go down to first with that leg. Looks like the leg works. And here is Mr. Shelley. Shelley singled. I think he singled because he hit it hard off of Mr. Connor Kaiser. Big hole in the right side. I don't know if he's thinking that way again. But that might explain the 398 batting average, is that Shelley is the guy that will go to all fields. 0-1 on the breaker. Shelley might be having that mindset. I got a hole. I'm going to use it. Swings through. Looked like he's trying to pull that one. 0-2.
Colton quickly gets ahead of the Rouge shortstop.
Safford, I don't know. Safford was going last inning a couple times. Nice pitch, Colton Graham. Gets Shelley, not easy to do. Strands Mr. Safford. Go to bottom of 2. All right, Xavier Arias coming up. Check levels. Looks like we're not blowing it out. I still believe Xavier's going to hit a couple ding-dongs out of Smokey Joe this year. He just barrels a ton of stuff.
I think he's got a few in him as well.
Up and in. Chalfant.
Good thing for the baseball that didn't hit Xavier in the arm.
Yeah, he is made of brick. Chalfant of the old school agenda, established fastball in. So, Arias, I'm going to have to pull our stats. I didn't print them today, but Arias was leading the stirs last time I checked. Tons of offensive categories. Breaking ball from Chalfant. 1-2. Inside.
2-2 to number 22.
That means something existentially in the universe. And I think what it is he's going to jack one right here. Oh, out to left. Just missed it. Pops it up out there to Mr. Grinds. One down on the breaking ball. He hung it a little bit. So F7. That'll bring up Preston Freeman. Preston Freeman, one of our big RBI guys. It's up near the league leaders. Up near the league leaders last time I checked, and then he had a couple more RBIs in the game I was talking about it. So shot the other way, line drive, base hit, Preston Freeman. First pitch hunting right there.
Preston had his first off day of the year yesterday, so he must have been excited to swing.
Yeah.
Jumped on that first one.
Jumped on that.
But with the way Chalfant has been starting these batters, it's not a bad idea to be looking fastball.
Yeah, like that's a great comment because I was thinking the same thing. Like Preston sitting in the dugout just watching Chalfant pump fastball after fastball in on the hands. He's like, you know what, I'm going to look for that fastball and just be on it. So good piece of hit by Mr. Freeman and Jaden Kalura.
Takes the first pitch right across the numbers, but gets a ball called on him there.
1-0. Driven right at Darrell Moore Jr. Nothing you do if you're Kalura there. Squared it up and everything. So F8, 2 down. Mr. Kaiser. Honestly, until that ball ricocheted off his leg from Shelley, I didn't think anything could ever miss Connor Kaiser's glove. Chalfant from the stretch. Freeman bluffs. Practically a pitch out. Fastball up and away. Depending on the count, Freeman probably in motion as Kaiser gets deeper in the count. Ones. It's probably green light on Freeman, I would guess. Like, what do you feel? After you've seen Chalfant. This hack from Kaiser, who's on that? Honestly, think there's something to that. When you foul it straight back, you're kind of on it. That's what they say anyway.
Right on it.
Oof. On the breaking ball, too. Straight away for Kaiser. Sun does play somewhat of a factor this time of night as it sets for left field and third baseman. Oh, and he gets him to chase. So Chalfant works out of the Preston Freeman single. Go to top of 3. All right. Gerald Moore Jr. going to lead it off here. Gets Colton Graham back out for the third. Test. I look at my levels. I can never tell. People are like, your audio's terrible. Like, one inning it's kind of here, one inning it's... Yeah, we know. I don't know. Gerald Moore walked. No, he's hitting on the foot. He's hit on the foot in the first. Colton Graham. Outside with a fastball. 2-0. Rouge's activity in the bullpen. Yeah. Set up everything, realized I didn't have the laptop to stream, drove 40 minutes back to San Antonio, 40 minutes back to Seguin to stream today. Extra drive time.
I thought about it afterwards, but we should have put your GoPro up on the dashboard.
Yeah, that would have
you.
been just live. That would have been great content.
I think that would have fit the 3BGB mold.
Yeah. The 3BG mold is random DIY and failure as far as tech. So his checks all 3 boxes. Full count to Gerald Moore Jr. Gets him.
Graham fights back from 3-0.
Nasty. I think that was a change or something there. I'm guessing Vaseline ball, possibly, but out in front was Gerald Moore Jr. First out of the inning. This is Brady McGee, the right fielder. McGee was the sack fly last in the first, rather.
4 outs for Graham, 3 via the strikeout.
Yeah, man, that guy missing bats. Bounced right at Hector, and his fundamentals are unchallengeable. 6-3.
I've said it about Preston as well, but the way Preston and Hector both just set up the fielding of the ground ball is a pleasant thing to see if you're a baseball fan.
Yeah, it's
maybe not the casual baseball fan, but I like watching them get ready to field the ball.
Yeah, those little things that, like, as he gets Mr. Byers to check it for strike one.
I almost broke Byers' wrist.
I know. It's the footwork, how he stutter steps and then gets around it and gets his hands down, soft hands through the ball, and then comes up, bounced over Colton Graham. Tough play for Freeman, and he gets him by a step. Beautiful.
UTSA pretty excited for the middle infield that they could potentially have
They
in
got some
the
dudes.
years coming.
Got some
Two
dudes,
nice plays
man.
by the Roadrunners.
Yep, that's beautiful. Let's get some tunes going here. Oh, turn that one up, bring it up.
Get some tunes and then get some runs.
Get some runs. All right, back to the top of the order. Off speed up front. Bill Yard, the ATG boys are out there listening. I'm trying to get deliverables to Bill Yard on just like styles of hitting of our guys, especially position players, like the starters and the guys that we rotate in, because they're building it in the MLB show, and you've seen the amazing work those guys do. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, the Smokey Joe Field. Got the mulch pile in the back.
So I mean, and these dudes are just doing it out of the goodness of their heart, totally unsolicited. They're just like supporting the Stirs, trying to build out this year's roster, which is so cool. Inside Chalfont, but owe that to Bill Yard. Louis can work in the ATG logo anytime he wants. That MIL hat, Billy, because they do some cool stuff. That just kind of kicks around exposure for the River Monsters, which is great.
I notice you guys have been mixing in the hashtag DIY baseball, and I like that.
That's what it is. Like, honestly, we're starting to get a little bit ahead of steam on the people we know and the just basically baseball nuts making content, you know? Like, ATG stuff and MLB is just absolute gold.
Expanding the net.
24, yeah. Hit hard. That's going to get in the hole. Oh, my gosh, he gloved it, but you're not going to get Atkinson. He's too fast. That's a hit. That's a hit in anybody's book. So single by Atkinson is going to start us off, and that's what we need to get back in it.
O'Malley went go gadget arm on that.
He did. I was like,
I thought that had eyes for the outfield.
Seriously. You remember that play like Ozzie Smith made up the middle with the Padres? They always show that highlight where he's like diving and then it kind of bounces over his head, but he reaches up.
Yep.
That was like it. It was like he was already in the air. And it was like, oh, it's going to bounce over him. Arm came out of nowhere. Here's Hector. Shortstop. Atkinson first. Big hole right side. Chalfant from the stretch. And running on the first pitch is Atkinson. Potential hit and run.
Kyle got a big jump there.
He got a great jump. He'd probably been safe on that because it was a breaking ball. Been safe anyway. So 0-1 to Mr. Rodriguez. But yeah, they do some cool stuff. We're getting enough head of steam to maybe get people to submit articles and put together a Baseball Underground magazine. Get people more awareness of what the DIY community is doing as far as keeping the love for baseball alive that is trying to be trampled by Rob Manfred.
If the magazine were to get started, I think that we have a potential photographer who would do quite all right taking some different pictures.
Yeah, Raymond shot out to right. That might drop. Nope. Oh, and they might get Atkinson. Oh, he's in. And he's tagging, and he'll go to second because he's wheels. So that kind of worked out if you're moving the runner with nobody out.
Unorthodox sacrifice fly.
It's a creative way, but it worked. So it's an F9, but Atkinson advances on the throw behind because he was kind of caught off. He was going to be safe if the throw was on the bag, but enticed the right fielder to throw it. So here's Garrett Felix singled on a big chopper in the first.
When we were out in Bryan on Thursday night, I was watching the game from down the first baseline, kind of almost even with the first base bag, and it was very nice to listen to Garrett. He constantly was communicating out there to the infield, basically any ground ball or anything in the outfield. He was just specifically, it was a grounder to the first baseman. Pitcher was covering. Instantly, Garrett's yelling, cover, cover, cover to the pitcher. And then after the flip, he's yelling, check the runner, because a guy was moving from second to third. And it was just, good, the little intangibles out there that make a difference.
I'll tell you what, he's a baseball man from a baseball family. And Garrett Felix is like, honestly, some of these guys, if they get overlooked because of size, I was like, you could probably plug them in to like professional level baseball and get darn near same results. They're just not fazed by the game. They know so much. 3-0 to Felix. Chalfant from the stretch. Atkinson at second. Shelley trying to check him. And AB approach right there from Felix. See some more arm slot coming at me. 3-1. Felix hit above the 300 mark for Nicholls State. A pretty solid schedule for Nicholls State and RPI. I wouldn't know off the top of my head, but Shelley jumping behind Atkinson, and he bounces it. So, and there goes Atkinson to third, and he's in safe.
Heads up by Kyle.
Huge play. That can lead to a run right there. Kind of base runner you love to see. So Atkinson with one down, aggressive, gets himself 90 feet away, and Felix works the walk. Alex Gonzalez, cleanup spot to do a little bit of damage, get one back, if not more. Shout out to Jake, the Mo Jorgen. Excellent Twitter follow. And there goes Felix. They're not even going to try that. So stolen base, uncontested. I don't know how you rule it. I just ruled a stolen base. So 2 runners waiting for Mr. Gonzalez. Shoot a line drive somewhere, get a couple runs back. Chalfant leaning in, takes the sign. 0-1. Oh, that might drop in. Got to see. It's over him. Felix had to hold up to see if it was going to be caught. So that'll be a RBI single for Alex Gonzalez. That's the right base running by Felix. So great
I don't
piece of
care
hitting.
what kind of read Garrett can get on that ball. You have no idea if that's dropping or not.
Yeah.
You got to hold there.
I mean, by the time you realize that the second baseman's not going to get it, I mean, you're kind of off the bag, but you're not going to score. So first and third again, RBI. Put that in the book. Bibby. Looks like 119 exit velo in the books. Adrian Torres hit it hard at Shelley in the first, who bobbled it, but gunned him at first to get him. So over 1 is Torres, but good contact on Chalfant. The cheddar is up and away to Torres. I would expect Alex Gonzalez probably to go. I don't know what him and Garrett Felix do in a foot race, but I think they both run well. Skied, barreled it. Could be trouble. Daryl Moore, cannon. Showing off the arm is Daryl Moore Jr. So Torres F8. Two down. And here's Xavier Arias, and I know what we're both thinking, Scotty.
I'll take even just a single up the middle, but I am thinking it, Ernie.
I always think it when this man's up. Surprised the bigger D1 program hasn't picked up on Arias. There goes the runner, swings through the breaking ball. Durr's not going to throw down. So Gonzalez gets himself in a scoring position for Xavier. And 0-1 to Xavier Arias to add on here. In the bottom
Baton Rouge
of the third.
must see something in Xavier, too, because they started him off with an off-speed pitch there, which we have not seen from Chalfant.
Feels low.
That felt low.
That's just a feel. Can't use my eyes or trust my eyes. So 0-2. Battle time. Bounces. That's going to score a run. Huge right there. So we get another one as Felix comes in to score on the pass ball.
We're all tied up.
All tied up. I don't know. It was a slider for sure, but it was almost like thrown so hard that Durr didn't. He was going down to his knees, but he didn't have time to get down, and it goes between the legs, and Gonzalez is on third. 1-2 to Arias. Shot out to left, and that's going to get down for extras as Arias is hustling into second. Stand-up RBI double, Xavier Arias.
There's a little of that strength we've been mentioning, Ernie. He drove that one hops the left field
He
wall.
muscled that. Like, he turned on it, but he didn't get that on the full barrel.
No, that was closer to the hands than it was the barrel for sure.
Yeah.
He muscled that out there.
Nice hit from Arias, and he'll score Gonzalez. So
Stir's in front.
3-2. That's what I'm talking about, folks. People need to take a look at Xavier Arias. And here's Mr. Freeman, line drive single. His first AB. 1 for 1 today. With some splendiferous second base playing as per usual.
Chalfant having to work here. Got to be laboring a bit on that mound in the heat tonight.
It's nothing like it was on Wednesday, man. Oh, my gosh. That was 1-1. I went back and looked at my phone because Wednesday and Thursday were similar. It was like 98, but real feel was 112. I said real feel was 195 Wednesday. Ones. Freeman cuts it loose.
That was definitely a free swing from Freeman. He was charged up for that one.
Yeah. One and two. Arias at second. Shelley creeping behind him like a double agent from Russia. Slider down and in. That's an excellent pitch to lay off for Freeman. That is absolute kryptonite to a left-handed batter, especially Chalfant has good velocity, but a guy who's throwing fastballs in on you then wants to go back foot slider hard. Freeman has superpowers. That's an out pitch for Chalfant there, and he laid off. Down again.
Jack Hill warming up in the Rougarou bullpen.
The Rougarou bullpen. Shout out to the Rougarou organization, their broadcast team. Enjoyed their broadcasts before. Always give a tip of the cap. Full count to Preston. Oh, no. Fastball outside corner. Gets out of it, but guess what, folks? Sturs get 3. We're up. Going to the top of 4. Huge clutch hitting from Alex Gonzalez. Xavier Arias driving and runs. Tell you what.
Even just like 20 minutes in there,
Colton Graham back out. Third inning of work. Test. Get the audio right about there. And it's going to be Davis Michi, third baseman. Right there for you. Colton Graham back at it with his nastiness and starts Michi off. The breaking ball, the fouls.
Third inning of work for
Top of
Colton.
4. Love to see it.
3 Ks through his previous 2 innings. 1, 2, 3 inning there in the third.
Just running through people like a sieve, cutting them down like a push mower in my weird front yard.
Offense put up a 3 spot. You love to see a 0 get thrown up after your team scores.
Yeah, that was big. Big timely hitting right there. I know we got one from the pass ball, but really Arias drives in both people. Bounced over to Freeman. It takes the candy hop and off the first like no problem. Michi retired. One down. O'Malley flew out to pretty deep left his last time up. But he did have the go-go gadget arm, as you said. I can't believe he gloved that. Mr. O'Malley from Beaumont, Texas, going to Marshall. Freshman, by the way. That's a big dude for a freshman. 6'3", 210.
He is tall, but I don't know how that missed low.
Well, that has not been an isolated incident. The mound has had some funky holes in it, and the clay work, the pitching staff and Coach Palacios have worked on. They're calling that a ball, but Graham, amongst other pitchers, have had issues with it. Graham has had some issues with his land foot on the Smokey Joe mound. Maybe you can speak more to that because you're out there.
0-2.
2-0. Down 3-0 to O'Malley. We could take one of those big metal pries out there and just like pry up a square or rectangle where everybody's landing and then reapply the clay. I don't know. 3-1. Nice pitch. Coming back is Colton Graham.
We haven't seen it from the away pitchers or anything else, though. So
no, I just remember Colton that one night. A shot in the hole by O'Malley. Single, no doubt. I'll bring up Trevor Durr.
Colton got Durr swinging. First time they faced in the top of the second.
Sat him. I can't remember what the out pitch was, but it wasn't a reverse K in my book, so he got him chasing something.
If you can believe it, it was a slider that he was out in front of and nowhere near.
That's the signature card from Colton Graham. Just like the Pink Panther, the famous jewel thief from the movies of the 70s would like leave a little glove as his calling card. That's what Colton Graham's calling card is. A filthy slider to put you back on the pine.
Leaving the sink running after you rob a house on Christmas.
The Wet Bandits. Yeah, the old Pink Panthers with Peter Sellers are so flipping good. I can't believe it. 1-1. That's a strike, by the way. Did he call that a strike?
He did.
Okay, I was like, get brain locked. So 1-2 to Durr. Do we have any? Are there any bandits at large in real life that are leaving calling cards? Somebody needs to, steal the Mona Lisa or something. Leave a baseball card there. Fouled off. I'm not saying do that, but I'm saying do that. You have the burglary skills to do that. Leave like a Dickie Thon card in the place of the Mona Lisa. I think that'd be sweet. And then return the painting like a year later. Driven up the middle, but Hector is there, and he gloves it, and he gets it to Preston Freeman. He's safe. Wow. Hector was like up the middle on that. What a glove. Durr's like in any other world, in any other dimension in Stephen Hawking's multi-dimensional universe, that's a hit, but not with Hector Rodriguez at short. So that turns into a 6-4 fielder's choice for the second out. And you're back to TJ Grinds. And O'Malley gets erased. So he's actually a second out. So actually this is a nice way to start him off. All right. 0-1 to Grinds. And I don't know what Durr's hitting. There's Kaiser. showing his abilities. Get anything on the pick move. But that's the kind of hit you get when you're in a massive slump, and then you just like drill a ball that should be a hit, and then they play you. Line, but right at Alex's all. It's the second time tonight for Grimes. Grimes can't believe it. He's just like, come on, dude. I've just driven the ball right at third 2 times. All right. That was sweet. Stearns get out of it. Colton Graham works another clean slate, and he does it again. 0-5, third out. Go to the bottom of fourth, folks.
Gotta fly. Get me a ticket. I wanna feel the heat. Fly over the ocean. I take you along. Move like a rocket man. I live in motion. We land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. Oh, that's right. Not gonna let you go it alone. Bring me along for some fun. Ha! I drive a light and I don't bite. Fly over the Atlantic. Take off from a new city. Somewhere got history. Somewhere real pretty. We're cruising in London, yeah. And I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane.
Make it onto the aeroplane.
All
Get
right.
onto the aeroplane.
Here we go now.
Make it onto the aeroplane.
Break it down for me.
Get on.
All right, Jack Hill on the mound. Jack Hill on the mound for your Rougaroo as MC Hammer plays in the background. There is a baseball connection to MC Hammer for those that don't know this fun trivia. A lot of baseball nerds do know this. The reason he is called MC Hammer, by the way, is because he was the bat boy for the Oakland A's. And all of the Oakland A's were like, that dude looks pretty much like a young Henry Aaron. Like he looks exactly like a young Henry Aaron, who, of course, was the Hammer or Hammer and Hank, whatever you want to call him. So they called him Hammer. MC Hammer went from bat boy to whatever triple platinum artist with all his jams, but baseball connection. Oakland A's fan. As Jack Hill takes over for Chalfant. Fastball, and this is going to be Mr. Kalura. A couple words there. I'm like, where was that? Was that up and away or what? So Jack Hill kind of in on the fist, and that's going to drop in front of Daryl Moore Jr. So Kalura aboard with a leadoff single. That'll work. Yep. This is the bottom of 4. Here we go. I'm filling out the wrong inning. So, yeah, MC Hammer. If you like other Oakland A's history, that's probably like a lead-in to my diatribe against Manfred. What's happening or going to happen to the Oakland A's, and there's nothing we can probably do about it. As Connor Kaiser steps in. Pretty good documentary on Amazon about Reggie Jackson. Talks about his time in Oakland. Another thing I didn't know is Dave Stewart, Oakland native, used to hang around the stadium, and as a kid, squared, popped up by Connor Kaiser. Too easy for O'Malley. Attempted bunt goes awry. So that's an F1 for the first out on the small balling And Scotty B's back in. We'll get his mic turned up. All right. Kyle Atkinson up. Got Jaden Kalura on first. Big hole right side for Atkinson if he can take advantage of it. Hill from the stretch. Delivers fastball corner for strike one. But the Reggie documentary was pretty good in that I had no idea that he and Dave Stewart, who did not cross paths really in their major league careers, they might have been in the league at the same time at the Inter-Reg. Like, if I can't remember, I don't think they really did. But that's going to drop. That's a base hit right there by Atkinson. And on his horse is Kalura. He's going to run to third, and he makes it standing up. So Atkinson single, and something cooking again for the Stirs.
Another 2-hit night for Kyle.
Love it.
Singled and scored the first run for the River Monsters in the third. On base again with another single here in the fourth.
But to finish, I thought Reggie was like a car guy, and he'd drive these fancy cars up to Oakland Coliseum there, and Dave Stewart just be like hanging out. It's like, what's up, kid? Hill from the stretch. Atkinson's definitely going to run at some point. Bounced to Shelley, and he's going to try to turn two on that. And they get out of it with no runs. Twin killing when the Rouge needed. That hurts the Stirs. So Hector turns in a 6-4-3. And he got to be friends with Dave Stewart and was like, you need tickets? You need tickets to the ball game? He's like, nah, man, I just sneak in through the outfield fence. There's like a spot we know. He's like, and he just started watching Reggie's car. And they became friends. Like, he'd ride around. Reggie go get lunch with like Dave Stewart when he was a kid. And who knew Dave Stewart was going to turn into such a badass pitcher? But that's kind of a cool connection, Oakland connection. And my thoughts on that and Rob Manfred and what is happening in Major League Baseball, I'll give that diatribe now because it's sad. And what it is it's you can't say it's pulling the curtain back and taking a look, because the curtain's been pulled back on what MLB commissioners are. And there's a good article by Michael Bauman, if I'm saying it right, but their job is to be servants to the owners. They do not care about the game. They do not care about the fans. They do not care about anything except for what their masters, the MLB owners, want. The fact that you can't have a more graceful or at least give some decent lip service as a figurehead, as a commissioner in Manfred is sad. But it's as if the Warner Brothers cartoon hand just grabbed your skull and said, turn and look at this. This is truly what it is. He does not care. The owners do not care. And the only analogy I can think of is you can't turn your back on the MLB because it is too awesome. You got dudes like Joey Votto and Mookie Betts and Shohei Ohtani. It's awesome. It's the best baseball players. All these guys in this league are trying to get to Major League Baseball. But it's a dysfunctional family, and the commissioner's office is a drunken stepfather, and he does not care. And you're like, I'm not going to leave because I love the kids too much. I'm just going to put up with it. So it's not okay. It's not cool. It's totally dysfunctional, and there is no awareness to the cultural meaning of baseball in the community to people like the fans in Oakland. And executive office doesn't have to care. It's not their job, and that is what it is, and we're just going to live with it because we love baseball. So
to put another analogy in a way I think you'll appreciate is Major League Baseball is the computer from Office Space, and Manfred is Michael Bolton.
Yeah. It's I don't know.
Just beating it.
He's just destroying it.
Beating it and beating it.
The rules they've come up with and everything else they're doing. Some of the rules I can only kind of complain about, but some of them I'm just like unnecessary. But I digress. And it's also a slow-moving train wreck with Oakland because it hasn't happened yet. It's like slated for whatever 2020. Like, we're just going to watch, as opposed to like the Sonics getting ripped out of Seattle overnight. We've got a new pitcher now, I believe.
This is number 9, Trevor Nanny.
We got Nanny, Shorter University, on in relief of Mr.
6'4",
Colton Graham.
righty from Shelby, North Carolina.
I don't know where that missed. It's seriously, though. Safford is going to be leading off the 5th here. 2-0. But if you're tired of MLB and you do want to turn your back on it, like I want to so badly, but I can't leave the kids, not with Manfred as the drunken stepfather, check out TCL Baseball, especially the Seguin River Monsters. That's what I'm saying. That's what the point I'm finishing with there. 3-0. And misses high, so 4-pitch walk to Safford. I'd have given at least one strike in there.
Third time Safford has walked today. All 3 at bats, he's drawn a walk.
That's right. And Mr. Shelley, 1 for 2 tonight. Singled and scored in the first, struck out in the second against Colton Graham, and now is going to get a look at Nanny. Goes for a bunt. Pretty good job at deadening him, but there might be a play if he digs it. Only dig Colton Graham never made, and they're waving the runner as it gets by Xavier Arias and right. So that was a good bunt by Shelley. I think that was a semi-bunt for base hit / sacrifice, but it's a single and an error. And Safford comes around to score. So tie ball game all over again. Let's get back to fundamentals and get out of this. Shelley not afraid to do all kinds of different things. Hit the ball the other way, drop down a bunt. That's why bunts are so deadly. People were anti-small ball. I thought I saw this somewhere, but the NCAA Division I batting average on bunts to third base was over 500. It was like 530. Darryl Moore Jr. Squares. So Shelley on second. One, I guess. Gerald Moore tonight. Walked. No, he's hit by pitch. So he's over 1. Cade. Over 1. 1-1 is Nanny. Wind kicking up a little bit as the sun goes down. Somewhat common phenomenon, Smokey Joe. And it will blow from left towards right. Got Connor Kaiser in on the cut. And honestly, I'll say this for Connor Kaiser on that bunt throw at first. He's dug out so many insane digs in just like about a 5 or 6 game period that if you miss one, I don't know what to say. I still kind of think you're maybe a robot.
That was certainly spiked on its way to him, too.
Yeah, that was it would have been an even, but he's made probably even more difficult pigs like that with regularity. So I thought he was maybe inhuman. Could have been a cyborg, some sort of AI test, but
and the angle that it's coming from,
yeah,
if it
that's
does
a sharp
get by,
angle.
it's going pretty far
The
down that line.
Runner's coming up the line at you, so is a mortal, mere mortals. So off-speed pitch fouled by Darryl Moore Jr. 2-2s. And Shelley at second. Breaking ball misses out. Full count to Darryl Moore Jr. Nobody down right now. Ball is up. So base on ball, second time Mr. Moore has been on base. And that brings up Brady McGee, the right fielder. He is 0 for 1 tonight with a sac fly in the first. Alex Gonzalez out to talk to Nanny. It's a good piece of veteran leadership there from Mr. Gonzalez. Sometimes you just need a breather. Somebody in your corner pick you up, say, hey, man, got some good gloves out here pitching to contact. Be all right. So Nanny to set to McGee, and he's going to square. Nobody out, runners on first. Steve Reich, small ball can cause chaos if you do not defend it, and that's what we're looking at right here. First and second, nobody down. Part of that conversation is probably defensive coverage. Squaring early is McGee. Bunts it to third, and it's perfect. And they were not talking coverage. So, good bunt. Should have been out taking a first. Wood bats definitely help with the bunting. So, bases loaded. That's a single. No other way to score it. They're going to have Banks Byers. Being on the mound. Force at any base. Banks Byers up. Base is juiced. Looking to get out of a jam here. Checks it for Steve Reich 1. Bounced 1-1. Nanny got some work as a starter. I believe primarily at shorter. Byers with the open stance. Foul ahead now. Big spot here. Got to get the outs. Start racking them up. Strand these guys. Bounces it.
Nice work by Kalura there.
Kalura saving a run. I mean, your head in the count. Got to have the confidence to be able to bounce a breaking ball and not give up the run. So Kalura, clutch. Ooh. Outside corner. Kalura tries the frame, but it's going to go full. Daryl Moore is taking kind of a running lead off of second with nobody down. Back picks there, but that creates problems. If you get a swing and strikeout, Kalura is going to back pick somebody. That's all I know. He's either going to Connor Kaiser or Preston Freeman on a swing through. You hope it happens, but oh my goodness. Okay, so that's ball 4. Let's hold my tongue. Everybody knows what I'm thinking. So run gets walked in. And Coach Perez is out. 2 runs in. And we have a new pitcher. Nobody out. Bases loaded, and we're going to take a break. Who is that number? So Luke Greenlee on a relief of Nanny. Starts him off with a strike. Greenlee will turn the bat in your hands into firewood the way he goes about it, which is great if you're camping. You need firewood. Not great if you're playing baseball, but he'll get in on your hands. 0-1, strike to Davis Michi. Bounced up the middle. Could be 2 if he gets it on the hop. That's a sick backhanded flip, and they're going to get him. Nope, he gets back in time. Very heads up from Preston Freeman with the back throw. He could see he was not going to get him at first. I don't know what you think of that backhanded flip right there, but that was a circus. Circus play made by 2 pros, and not circus in a bad way, but impressively some backhandling and back flipping to get that out. So 1 down. Michi reaches first on the fielder's choice. First and third, but another run does score. So that's going to be the first out. And then McGee's almost got caught off third with Freeman's back throw. And there goes the runner, hit out to left by O'Malley, and it's going to drop in front of Torres. So RBI single for O'Malley. Hit it off the end, but that did a great job at deadening it, honestly, and dropped in there like a pitching wedge or something. So McGee's going to score. You got first and second now. Michi's at second, reached on the fielder's choice, and O'Malley with the single. I'd shift O'Malley. I think he's always going to the left side, frankly. Here's Durr. Runners go. Squares to bunt to first. The Rougarous Bluff the throw by Kaiser. So they get the out, but the runners do move. So got to be a bunt for base hit. So it's 2 down. Greenlee fields it. So TJ Grinds, your batter now. We have a River head coach slowly making his way onto the field to talk to the second base umpire. I don't know if that's the crew chief or what he didn't like about that play. Looked like a standard bunt out at first. Runners advance. It could be field manager Jeff Rooster Southall. Is that the Rooster? Could be the Rooster having a conversation. Saying, was that an out at first? Yes, it was. TJ Grinds. Greenlee from the stretch. Trying to put pressure on the wound. Nice breaker. 0-1. Fouled off ahead. Grinds tonight. If Grinds lines out to third, what do you say, Scotty? I mean,
you took the words out of him. I was going to say Alex Gonzalez better be on his toes over there at third.
2 absolute lasers from Grinds, but Alex Gonzalez gloved them both. Nice pitch from Greenlee. That's what he does. He can spin that sucker. 0-2.
Credit to Rouge hitters. They've been spoiling off some good 2-strike pitches from River Monster pitching tonight.
That's what you do in the TCL. You got to tip your cap. You can't play the victim. Sometimes there's a good ball club out there, and that's probably why the Rouge are on top of the league right now. I think also a testament to small ball because they've been consistent. Greenlee gloves the comebacker. But, yeah, the small ball is something they've consistently done every time we played them. And I know they did some of that last year. They stole a lot last year, but I think the small ball has been really consistent with them this year. I explained the first place.
Greenlee limits the damage.
He did his job.
Came in a tough spot. So
yeah.
He did what he could.
I don't think any of those runs are charged to him. I think all were nanny. Greenlee gets out of it. 6-3. Rougarou will take a break. All right, me and Scotty coming back. So Wake Forest takes down Stanford. It's Jack Hill set to deliver to Garrett Felix. Fouls it off, does Felix?
Was it Florida last night that scored 3 in the 9th
Yeah.
to walk it off?
Good Florida. We'll talk a
Never
little.
know what you'll get in Omaha.
It's always good. See what that box score looked like if they got it. Bounced way up the middle. I don't know if you're going to get Garrett Felix on that. And he's safe by a step. I thought he was going to ring him. You see the way he shouldered back?
The right arm went a little back
He
straight
did.
than a safe
I was like,
call.
no, you don't, you son of a gun. So he does beat it, and that's what it looked like. That's why I was going to have a little miniature meltdown, Fukushima meltdown on that. So single for Garrett, infield single. Good leadoff man aboard.
Third time on base for Garrett. Single, a walk, and another single.
What in the... All right, now we got Alex Gonzalez hits it to second. Could be a tough turn if they're going to do that. I don't think you get him. He holds it to Shelley. So they cut down Felix on the fielder's choice, and Alex Gonzalez is aboard. See if I get some box scores. So it was 2 runs in the 8th by Wake to come back. They're down 2-1 when I left the house. It's Adrian Torres. 0 for 2 tonight. Alex Gonzalez, your runner at first. Jack Hill, the pitcher for the Rougarou. Strike 1. So that's that score. Presently, LSU is leading 5-zip Tennessee, bottom of the 7th. The Friday games, all barn burners. Oral Roberts pulls out the miraculous over TCU, and Florida has a walk-off against Tennessee.
Torres goes the other way.
Great piece of hitting right there.
Nice single by the left fielder, and we got first and second.
Great piece of hitting right there. So something cooking here for Xavier.
Arias already did some damage earlier. RBI double.
RBI double would have been a 2 RBI double, not for the pass ball, and he didn't even hit it square and actually went pretty deep down in the corner and left. So opportunities abounds. Situation where you can run if you feel you got it. Felix runs that's going to be Alex Gonzalez. Runs pretty well, and so does Torres. Slider. So what I recommend is flip back and forth from College World Series and then have the stirs up on your laptop. Baseball it out tonight. 0-2.
If you want to go the reverse route, you can. TCL TV does have an app on all your streaming platforms.
Oh, nice.
So download now. Get Texas Collegiate League action on the big screen.
Put it up on the 60-inch, and then you just put the College World Series, which is not as important as Seguin River Masters baseball, on the tiny 8-inch 1981 kitchen television. I'm not saying you do that, but I'm saying you do that. Ooh, good piece of hitting. And Scotty, you've noted that Mr. Arias has had some $45 at bats. He will battle.
He'll lose a couple foul balls in the middle of a bat. He won't go down easy.
Worth every penny. Breaks it off inside. Pretty good breaking ball, but he missed in. I don't think Mr. Arias even flinched. So 1-2 now. He's seen it from Hill. Hill was kind of dropping down in between innings, I thought, moving his arm slot around. Slider, but he bounces it over to Shelley. He's feeding it to Safford, and they get the twin killing. Some stirs pain right there, but hit it hard. Good turn by the Rouges. And that does the Stirs 5th. And we'll be back at you in a minute. That's probably our best comparable. Louis Solis is the next Mookie Betts. He can do it all. Go to top of 6. Do our little sound checks. Looks like levels are not too crazy loud.
Mookie Betts is an athlete, and he can certainly spin it on the lanes.
That was the third out. So this will be Will Safford. Will Safford on the mid part of the 6-4-3 to end last inning. Strike there from Greenlee. Check my vision. I don't think we changed pitchers. It's still Greenlee. Yep. Pops him up. Alex Gonzalez calls for it. 1 down. Here's what I'm saying, Scotty. I had beef when they matched up Oral Roberts with TCU. I was like, are you just trying to knock out religious schools? Is that what you're doing, NCAA? You're going to have to answer to St. Peter for that one. And what happened? Oral Roberts, as Josh Shelley comes up, Oral Roberts takes down TCU, and I had to think that through my brain. I was like, well, Oral Roberts has some really hardcore rules. You got dress codes, curfews, all this kind of stuff. TCU, man, everything goes down there. A bunch of sinners. TCU students run around and just running shorts, no curfew.
The hype no toad.
You know, there's just they're all out there in Fort Worth having a grand old time. While everybody's up in Oral Roberts in Oklahoma suffering, living piously, and God rewarded that.
When you pray to a psychedelic toad, you might get some crazy
stuff. And I'm a
stuff
TCU fan. I lived in Fort Worth for a while, but I think that was a message from on high. And here's the other thing I'll say on that. If you don't like that religious joke, that's because God maybe didn't give you a sense of humor. And nobody could tell me anything because guess what? I went to Lubbock mucking Christian, folks. And I had to wear jeans every day. We broke the record for most 100-degree days in a row out there in Lubbock.
100 degrees plus jeans, that can be some chafing.
Every day. Chapel, nailing it. We were right with the big man. That's what I'm saying. And we had a heck of a season too to show it. So I'm just saying, maybe tighten it up, TCU. Things will start going your way. I kid. Gotta have a sense of humor about this. Gotta have a sense of humor about this go round on planet Earth. That's what I'm saying. Shelley, twos. Greenlee working. Will slide it away from you and run it back into your hands. Again, Shelley, one of the league's top hitters. And he gets him. Nasty. Greenlee.
That was some filth by Luke. There. Put away
Greenlee serving up hot, nasty, microwaved filth. 2 down. This will be Daryl Moore, Jr. On base number of times tonight. Walked and scored last inning in kind of our rough go inning. It'll be trying to couch it lightly, but
wasn't quite a
not
wheels
a good
fall
inning.
Off inning, but it wasn't quite.
Wasn't an 8-run inning, but things got away from us there. Greenlee came in, stopped the bleeding, and here he is 0-1 to Daryl Moore Jr. This is where you got to keep him. This is where the game is still in reach. Mid part of the game, cruising to the clutch innings, and you're down by 3. So this is where you hold him, and Greenlee's doing his work. 1-1 now. Slide piece down and in on the back foot. Moore doesn't chase. 2-1. But all in all, in the College World Series, I don't know if I have a dog in the fight. I think Oral Roberts is a cool Cinderella. I'm definitely rooting TCU just because I had time in Fort Worth, and I really like that program. They got such a cool feel, too. That's a great neighborhood up there. Florida stacked. LSU stacked. So you feel like those dudes are kind of favorites. I'm intrigued by Wake Forest because let's look at this pitch here. Up and away. I'm intrigued by Wake Forest. I think I saw something. It's only their 3rd College World Series appearance. ACC school, but they have a huge analytics department that does a lot of sabermetrics and analysis that they pass on to the players. So kind of interesting.
Greenlee pumps a fastball on the inside part of the plate. Moore fouls it off, though, on the full count.
Is it a full count, Scotty?
Yes, sir.
So full, but interesting. Interesting College World Series as always. I'll ring him. I say he went. If he'd have hit it, it'd have been a double. That's how full that swing was. So don't get the call on the check swing, and Moore walks again. 2 down, though. Last time he was on with nobody out. So Brady McGee's up. Singled, scored last inning, did McGee. It's 1 for 2 tonight. He had a sack. Oh, my goodness. The ball gets away on the pick move from Greenlee. And they're saying that's out of play, so he just gets 1 base. So Moore Jr. is going to have to go back to second. I mean, Greenlee's trying to do his job there. He's trying to keep Moore close. We got 2 down. Focus is going to be McGee now. Moore could run, but it'd be ill-advised with 2 outs because you're scoring on a single anyway. You're running on contact. And McGee. Bluffs. Mere distractions from Daryl Moore Jr. A nice breaking ball for a strike. Ooh. I think that's a strike, but it's not called. 1-1. So Mr. McGee. Brady McGee, Lawrence, Mississippi. Not to be confused with Lawrence, Kansas. Ole Miss is in Oxford. Bluffs again.
Moore has his dancing shoes on second base currently.
That's for sure. I think Greenlee's like me. He's like, I don't believe you. You're going to steal third with 2 outs? They don't teach that. I mean, you can, but in the dirt. 2s, 2-2-2. All I know is if you're stealing third with 2 outs, you're going to get your head ripped off if you get thrown out. That's got to be 100% success rate. Greenlee away. Count's going to go full. So McGee. Banks Byers waiting on deck. See if Greenlee can put an end to this madness. Get Mr. McGee. Moore does go on the full count. Shot to right. Got the head start. Here's a throw. Oof. Well, what do I know? Darrell Moore Jr. getting the start early there is exactly why he scored on that hit. Figuring it's either going to be ball 4 or it's going to be that contact. So McGee gets an RBI single. He could buy lunch for Mr. Moore, who gave him that RBI on the base pass. And then he'll go to second on the throw. Banks Byers, your batter now. Good piece of hit and go the other way by Mr. McGee. Got it count full and just shot the fastball the other way. Low. Stretch. Greenlee working fast, which is helpful. Bounced up the middle. That's another single. There's going to be a play at this because Atkinson's lining it up. I think he maybe has a throw if he comes up gunning. Or maybe not. So McGee's going to score on the single. I was hit pretty sharply. Enough to think you might want to gun it. But he keeps Banks Byers at first, and maybe that leads to a force out. We get out of this thing. So single for Mr. Banks Byers, a designated hitter, and that will bring up Davis Michi. Michi on base twice tonight. Hasn't scored. Singled in the first for sure. I know he reached in the 5th, but I didn't mark it. I think that might have been a...
It was a fielder's choice at second base. That nice backhand.
Yeah, it was a fielder's choice. No one right in.
Preston to Hector.
Okay. That little flipperoo. Backdoor slider misses. Let's see here.
One thing I can guarantee is if I'm on the mic, I will keep a good book.
Yeah, that's the thing you got with the call is doing many, many things. The value of Luis Solis doing the scoreboard on the stream and keeping the cameras mixing up, trying to follow the ball is such value. Because when he is not here, it is difficult. But, you know, at some point, Lewis is going to be a rock star and professional bowler, and then, you know, irreplaceable. 2-2. Demichi. I got no qualms with that 2-2 pitch. So count goes full right here to Michi. And it's low. So he draws a walk. Here's
doing
Austin
this with
O'Malley.
all outs with 2 outs.
And I don't know if Freeman's thinking the same thing I'm thinking, and Atkinson. Everybody's kind of shifting. I think O'Malley's dead pull left side. You got Freeman playing up the middle. I don't know if Hector's going more in the hole. Atkinson's shifted, not dramatically. There it is. Nice throw by Kalura. A good tag applied by Kaiser. Trying to backpick Michi. It's 1-0. Ball was out. Kalura just goes with it. It flows like water. It's like some Bruce Lee stuff. You know? Just go where the ball takes you and just gun it. Fastball outside, I'll just gun it down to first. I'm hearing like tornado alert sounds. So there's that.
That is a stadium full of emergency alerts. The runners hear it because they're on the move.
It's a child abduction alert. Those listening at home, black Jeep, unknown plate, 4-year-old. It's terrible. 4-year-old and 6-year-old. Look for a black Jeep, Missouri City, Texas. 2 kids in it, 4-year-old and 6-year-old. 1-2. Glad it's not a tornado alert, but I don't know. It's kind of worse news. Let's take a look at that again. It's not there. Umpire replenished with balls. Politicians don't do much right, but the Amber Alert legislation that came through, hopefully that's saving people. Politicians could do something right if they locked up Manfred. 1-2. Oh, he's going to go, and it might be a mistake. That was a crazy delay on Banks Byers taking off. So he goes to third. Michi was like, didn't think he was going because he waited so long. He stuck at first. You got a 2-2 count to O'Malley. By my recollection, is trying to pull. And Greenlee's trying to work him away with slides. There goes the runner. And they're going to ring him up on that. Strike 3. So we get out of it, but give up 2. Austin O'Malley sat on the corner fastball. Bottom of 6, folks. Stur's got some work to do. 8-3. Preston. Well, there we go. Preston Freeman.
Yeah, I like those better.
Mr. Freeman coming up. Could be bottom of 6. Stirs to get some magic going. Vote Preston Freeman for president. I have faith. Hill still on the mound. Slinging 3/4. Righty at you. Freeman tonight singled in the first. Nice piece of hitting against Chalfont. Pretty good hack from Freeman there. 1-1. Freeman having himself a good summer. Really fielded well. Really hit well. Inside. 1-2. Oh, it was going to be 2-1 rather. Mr. Hill, 6'2", 205, Edmond, Oklahoma, going to Cali Community College. Ripped. Crack of the bat. Bottle that.
Nice hard hit ball by Preston there.
Second ball smoked by him tonight. One in the 5-6 hole, that in the 3-4 hole. Freeman, 2 for 3 tonight. I don't know. Are there like apps for my phone where I could just change, like when I type or push a button on my phone, I get a crack of the bat sound for Preston Freeman? That'd be nice.
Your text message notification.
Yeah, like every letter is just crack, crack, crack. Jaden Kalura aggressively catching tonight, gunning the ball everywhere. Singled his last time up, stranded at third.
He barreled one in his first at bat too. It was just directly to Lawrence
crushed
center
it.
field. He smoked that baseball.
Nothing you could do there because that's in the gap. That's 2 bases. You just right up the middle, just like Joe DiMaggio's. 2 strikes. I just try to hit it up the middle. But that's how it starts, folks. Leadoff man aboard. Bounced in the hole. That might be trouble. You're going to have to go to first, and he almost throws it away. So Safford goes the short way because it was bouncing into the hole, and Freeman advances. So moves the runner. 4-3. Kaiser over 2 tonight. See if Kaiser find a gap off of Mr. Hill here. Fouls it. Does Kaiser. I think a fastball from Hill. Because I forgot the most important equipment tonight, we're scrambling for time. I don't have the... I like to make a habit of trying to print up the stats. It's always nice to have on hand, see where people are at. Hit hard up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Freeman, they're going to send him. He gets on his horse. Nice piece of hit, an RBI single for Connor Kaiser, and he goes to second. I don't know what you thought of Preston's going into third, but he wasn't into 5th gear yet. You know what I'm saying? So single RBI.
Made it home though, and River Monsters.
I mean, he's wheels, but he was going second to third. Like, they're not going to wave me. It was kind of maybe a late wave from Coach Perez, but he's like, dude, you got to get going. I figured you're just going to be hauling. And so he just turned on the jets with a sharper round of third and scores. So that's huge. We're starting to claw back. Good piece of hitting from Kaiser. Ball's finding holes. Here's Kyle Atkinson. He checks it. Ball 1. RBI single. Love to see that. Atkinson tonight, 2 hits. Hit well. Hit hard. Good hack from Atkinson. Let's go back and look at the book on Atkinson's multi-hit games because it's a handful. Kaiser at second. Shelley lurking behind him. Safford's way in the right side hole. with Atkinson as a lefty. Backdoor breaking ball, no call. So maybe zone going both ways, and I need to shut my trap. 2-1. Kaiser does run well. He hit this lead-footed first baseman. He's just fouled. No chance. Gives chase, does McGee, I believe. No, that was Michi. Michi's third base. McGee's right. So 2-2s to Atkinson. He'll get in the sign. Kaiser hanging out at second. And Kaiser goes, and I think it hits Atkinson. Plunks him. So back to, he had the base stolen easily, did Kaiser, by the way. So that hit by pitch, first, second. Kaiser gets that kind of jump at second. You are in a double steal eligible. Outs so valuable at this stage, down by 4. Here's Hector, good hitter. Switches, but from the left side tonight against the right-handed pitching Rouge. Been run up there. Again, double steal, and Kaiser in safe by a mile. A great jump.
Huge jump.
Both times, excellent jumps from Kaiser. So that's huge right there to take away the force. I guess he just was timing Hill. Hill wasn't doing a whole lot of checking. So I bet if he gave him more than one look, that'd have been different. But focusing on the hitter, and that helps us immensely take away the force. Fastball inside to Hector. So it's going to be 0-2. But a big spot to pick up a couple more, shrink the lead. Bounced up the middle. That's going to score Kaiser for sure. Good running play right there by Josh Shelley. RBI for Hector on the 6-3. And Atkinson's at third. So you're climbing a mountain. It's like everything else in life. You do it 1 foot at a time, 1 step at a time. That's how we're coming back to win this ball game. Garrett Felix, good man to have up a 2-out runner on third because he makes tons of contact. Takes the change outside. 1-0. Pass ball score Atkinson. That works too. I like Felix's chances. Checks it. Doesn't get the call. They're trying to stay outside. Hill gets the sign he likes. Up 3-0 to Felix. Felix tonight singled in the first, walked, and then singled. So he's 2 for 2. It's 3-0 to him now. Inside, so 1,000 on base percentage for Garrett Felix tonight. 2 for 2, 2 walks. He's down to first. I think you steal Felix. Out comes the Rooster. And there's going to be a pitch change for the old Rouge as Hill puts in some pretty good work. Stars start getting to him here in the 6th, and they're going to make a change. On the bump is going to be, pull the number off the center field cam. So there's some of your league leaders for the TCL. On the pitch, number 19, Andrew Uritich from Livingston, Louisiana, going to Louisiana Christian University. Your batter's going to be Alex Gonzalez. Good spot here. Add on. I think Felix is going at some point, and they're thinking the same thing, I would imagine. He checks to first. With 2 down, and Felix being the student of baseball that he is, I would expect if he's somehow beat by the throw, he just run downs it and you try to steal the run. But inside is Uritich to Mr. Gonzalez. Gonzalez on base every time. I think he might have gone on a fielder's choice in the 5th, but he walked in the first, singled in the 3rd, and scored. Outside, 2-0.
That is 1-1 because somehow that got called a strike.
That was a strike. I don't know if it was or wasn't a strike, but the catcher reached way across his body, it appeared.
It wasn't.
Well, I mean, sometimes you close your eyes when you're an umpire. You need to blink. 1-1. There goes Felix, and they are going to throw down, and we are stealing the run. He's safe there. Nope. I don't know. All right. Well, Felix does go, but he's called out, is out. We don't get that extra run. And Gonzalez will lead off the top of the 7th. I don't have any beef with that there, honestly, because I think you have to steal that base. And he might have been safe. It was too close to hold up and try to do the rundown thing. So outright steal, good throw from Durr. And we're going to go to the top of 7.
10,000 feet. Gotta fly. Get me a ticket. I wanna feel the heat. Fly over the ocean. I take you along. Like a rocket man. I live in motion. We land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. That's right. Not gonna let you go it alone. Bring me along some fun. Ha. I travel light and I don't bite. Fly over the Atlantic. Take off to a new city. Somewhere got history.
All right, coming back. Isaac Herrera taking over for Luke Greenlee. Isaac Herrera, very steady hand. Love his stuff. He's going to face Mr. Trevor Durr, who threw out Felix. Bounced the throw, but he got it off quick. For those who know things about pop time. Shout out to Jake Whalen, running MILB Hat Billy channel. He's going to be supportive of the magazine. I think we get the Baseball Underground magazine off. I have like 4 pages of it. The cover is sick because it's Jose Gutierrez from last year, but I messed with it in like Photoshop. It looks awesome. We got all kinds of articles. Home run attempt last year for a world record. Skiing river monsters. I bought an article from a dude who collects Japanese baseball cards. And he has an awesome article about how the hobby goes in Japan. Swings through. Herrera doing what Herrera does. And I was talking to Scotty about, I was like, he reminds me very much of Vuono last year. Shout out to our prior, any River Monsters alum or officially made men. Nice slider from Herrera, but Dur doesn't chase. But Vuono was just around the zone, but a corners guy with good stuff. I mean, and that's what Herrera is. Mix and match, and he will get out the paintbrush with good stuff. Right there. What the? Okay, so
I don't know what I'm watching here from behind
It's
home plate,
like-
Ernie. I don't like to get on umpires, but this has been just something else that I've been witnessing.
absolutely.
That at bat was like nothing I've ever seen before.
I don't know what to say.
There was a ball that was on the outside part of the plate. The next pitch was 3 inches further outside that got called a strike following that. And then that pitch was perfect put away.
That was a strikeout. They're called ball 4.
So somebody's got to hear it, and
Kalura
I'll
was
be the one
throwing
to
the
talk
ball
about it.
around because it was unquestionably over the plate, belt high, outside part. You could call it corner, but it got a ton of plate. And it's just like go down to first.
Isaac actually left the corner open. I think that some of the ball
Yeah,
was.
I mean, that was a good pitch. There's a breaking ball for us. I would hope is called a strike as TJ Grind steps in. Kalura isn't going to throw the ball down. I was like, it was from every angle a strike. So Durr's on with a base on balls gift, frankly. As it's bounced, Durr's going to go. So Durr down to second. I don't know and I don't know this umpire. I don't know if he's the type of ego that's going to be like, oh, you want to throw the ball down on me? Calling ball 4. I'm just going to pinch tighter. I don't know. I don't know what to say. We don't have umpire scorecards in this league. And, I mean, if they ever do see this broadcast, dude, just got to let me talk trash, okay? I want the Stars to win. I think that was a bad call, but I know it's a hard job, and you guys are out here sweating your butts off, doing the best you can to call the game, and we do appreciate the umpires. But I want the calls that I want, especially when they're a strike. 2-2 to Grinds. I'll just let that thought go and just unload on the next call. Grinds fouls it. 8-5 ball game. Stir's trying to get back in here. Got 3 innings to make up 3. Totally doable work. Got to hold him here. There we go. Do that. The last guy rings him. And that's what Isaac Herrera is doing. Mixing you up and hitting corners. So freezes Grinds. Grinds can't get any love. Lined out twice and then lined it up the middle, but it was bounced it pretty hard up the middle. It was a comebacker to Greenlee.
And that was a brand new strike 3 call we've seen from Blue behind home plate.
He dreamt it up.
That was a new one mixed in.
The punch out.
So working on everything.
Only you knows that kind of detail. I can't remember a ring up tonight, so that was nice that he pulled his own trigger, frankly. Safford on base scored twice. Because he did have like a weird strike 3 call that I think was a looking K where he just like raised his arm and goes, yeah, that's strike 3. And then the dude just walked off. So 1-1 to Safford. But if I was out there, I'd be doing 5 times worth. Hit in the hole. That's going to be tough. And it ground ball with eyes. They're going to hold him there. Arias does throw well. So get lucky that it was charged. And Arias does play a shallow outfield, which helps in these situations. So Stafford, single, ground ball with ass, as they say in Bull Durham. And then Durr is going to go first. We're first and third now, 1 down. Here's Mr. Shelley. 2 hits tonight, increasing his average in the league, 2 for 4. Safford is going to run. I don't know if you go get him. And there he goes. And Kalura pumps to third but doesn't throw. So Safford. And I'm not clairvoyant. I've just been around the TCL long enough in the Rougarou run. So Safford steals second. Shelley, runners in scoring position. Infield is now in. Every run counts at this stage. Herrera dealing. Nice pitch. 1-1. But with my dying breath, I'll say this is a heck of a ball club the Steelers got this year. I know we're going to turn it around. I like our pitch, and I like our D. I like our bats. We're going to come back in this one. I can feel it. Ooh, up and in. Sal Magli. Purely unintentional from Herrera. You don't want to do that in this spot. But if it was Drysdale, it would have been on purpose. They don't have that in Major League Baseball anymore. 2-1. Again, you're going to have to show me with the PowerPoint presentation or one of those little pointers where that was. 3-1. And that's up. So just issuing free passes as we please. And Shelley goes down to first. Gerald Moore Jr. Gerald Moore was hit by pitch in the first and then has walked twice and scored twice. And I hope that is not the case this inning because that was the 5th, 6th, and this is the 7th. Can't do it again with you, Mr. Moore. Don't want to do it, can't do it. But see,
To a lefty, that is a strike, though.
but that's like a strike now. Like that.
We saw in
I'll take it, but I want to have it the other 2 times when it was a strike. I'll take it now.
Me that one.
Yes. Get ears? Like, I don't know. That's great. I'm glad you're calling that pitch. I'm glad you're calling that pitch a strike. It's okay to call it other times as well. If we like something against Gerald Moore Jr. or it's 1-2 now on outside fastballs and breaking balls that previously did not seem to get called. Moore spoils it. Oh my goodness. Take what we can get. Let's get out of this inning here. 1 down. Forcing any base. Fastball outside. Tries to get him to chase it. Here's something about Herrera. Those scouts out there looking for a guy who's consistent. Low. Count goes full. Cares about the game. Built his own mound as a youth. Comes out to the song Wild Thing, and I'll give you one more awesome fact after the payoff pitch. Full count to Gerald Moore Jr. Bounced into the hole. I can't believe it. Oh, my gosh. Rolled it over. Throw. Play at the plate. Oh! Oh, my gosh. I think he might have got the glove in front of the foot.
I mean, the glove got there before the foot landed on the base, so...
I mean, he did not slide, and he stepped right into the kick, basically kicked the glove. Unbelievable. All right. So Durr scores. Safford scores. I'm missing somebody on base. I don't know. Who was your leadoff this inning? Was it O'Malley? Are they batting out of order? Can we help somebody get an out? Oh, no, it's because Grimes was the first out. Durr led off, scored. Safford scored. Shelley scored. That's what it is. Gerald Moore is on first. Shelley's on second. Okay. That's right. 2 runs in this inning. Get my book squared away. 0-1. Two ground balls with eyes that have been quite painful. Brady McGee's the batter now. 0-2 to him. But when all is gone and the ballpark is a ghost town, swings through, and he's out because the runner on first. So Herrera gets McGee. But when I'm breaking down the center field camera, Isaac Herrera's out there running poles, running back and forth, building those legs, building that endurance. It's like Rodman, if you've seen The Last Dance, plays a full NBA game and then goes back into the gym and just punishes himself so the legs will be there for the next game. Outside fastball doesn't get the call. Of course, Rodman went out after he played the game, went crazy in the gym for another hour and a half or whatever. Then he go out and party like a rock star. But,
Work hard, play hard.
Put that extra hour and a half. I mean, that's why Rodman had crazy endurance, right? If you play an NBA game and then go work out for an hour and a half with cardio, that's what Herrera's doing. Add a proper pronunciation for those out. Roll your R's, please. Nice breaking ball. That's what Byers did before. I swear he leaned into one. Where's this hit by pitch? In the first. He absolutely jumped into the kind of like turned his back into it. And he almost did that with a curveball that was a strike. Virtually the same spot. It's a ball. Maybe slightly more up. 2s and 2s. But the fact that Banks Byers can actually get hit by a breaking ball that's pretty well over the plate. It's kind of an amazing skill. So 2-2 turns into the K. Herrera gets Byers. It's technically struck out the side. Two ground balls with eyes, Payne, and it's going to be a 10-5 ball game. Go to the bottom of 7th. I'll turn the bump music down so you can get the 7th inning stretch fix at home. Leave my mic open. All right, folks. It's nuisance bear time. That's what I'm talking about. Big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. Deep in the heart of Texas. So Alex Gonzalez is going to lead it off for us. He was at bat. Felix got thrown out on a close play at second as the Sturs were trying to piece together a rally. I don't necessarily have any qualms with the steal on a first and third situation in that spot there. And I'm good. I got Gatorades. Scotty B's going to hydrate us. Getting snacks for Luis Solis. 0-1 against Mr. Gonzalez here in the bottom of 7. And if you do hear music, that is the awesome Tejano dance party happening behind us. Seguin City Center has always got something awesome going on. Never been to Seguin? It's a sleepy little town about 35 miles east San Antonio on the Guadalupe River, and it's a pretty cool town, actually. And considering 1 and 2 on the breaking ball, and this still is, by the way, Andrew Uritich. And he's going to ring him on the outside breaking ball. I don't know. You don't know what the zone is, but good breaking ball from Uritich. Gets Gonzalez right there. But I-35 corridor between San Antonio and Austin's exploding. And there's not too many few places you can get, but there's a huge toll road past Seguin that goes up to Austin. And everything is just getting blown out and developed. And I don't think Seguin's going to last much longer being this small little town in the next 10 years. By that time, the River Moths should be selling out 10,000 a night. Adrian Torres singled his last time up, hit it very hard. Jam shot, going to fly out to center on his Daryl Moore Jr. Gets in on the hands of Uritich, F8. Hunting that first pitch, but he gets in on him. Oh, did I lose my... I have like an old... No, this is it. Uritich, 6'2", 165. I'll give him a few more pounds than that. Uritich, I'm going to call you 160, 68. Want to know? Turn down Scotty's mic right there. Some of the Norteño music down, which I do love. It's infectious. Swing and a miss. Pretty good breaking stuff from Uritich. Get Scotty's mic back up. Back up from the refreshments. 1-2. There's that breaking ball Uritich has, and it's a pretty good one, and he gets Arias. So 1-2-3 inning for the Rougarou. Couldn't draft it up any worse for the Stirs, but we got some horses going to get us back here, folks. We're going to take a break. Yep. Let's get some. So this guy right here. This is going to be the bump. I don't know if that image is the nuisance bear, Lewis, but we're going to have to put it up in the bottom of the eighth. That's all I'm saying. Riojas taking over for, a little bit high on the audio, maybe right about there. I'm saying Ruger Riojas is going to take it over for Isaac Herrera, pitching by committee tonight. Quite common TCL. Get everybody some work. Also save arms. Ruger, bright spot in South Texas baseball. A starring freshman for the UTSA Roadrunners. Did quite well. Got a lot of work. Hallmark and his staff Absolutely treat to have in San Antonio as it's fouled off by Mr. Davis Michi. Michi tonight's been on 3 times. First inning, I think you could arguably rule a single. So he's 1 for, I think he's 1 for 3. 5th was the fielder's choice. 1 for 3 of the walk is Michi. He's your third baseman tonight. Here's Mr. Riojas. Fastball up. I mean, most pitchers are working behind, but it's the zone is just, you can't get corners. Swings through. Riojas. Good velocity, good breaking stuff all around. And he blows it by him. Nasty. Reaches back, gets the 99 octane, 1 down.
Pumped in there.
Austin O'Malley, I was looking at stats. He's a league leader as well. Batting 8th on the Rougarou, but he's over 300 according to the point streak. Hitting like 313. Put the Williams shift on him if it's me. Good slider inside. I'm not going to call that a strike, but
Good pitch.
I'm unfazed at this point. Totally unfazed. Same spot. Strike.
Different call.
1-1. Another nasty slider. It's breaking off ham bones. 1-2.
That was a boomerang.
Tell you what, if you're in the batter's box, Riojas is a handful. He's got some stuff that you're going to have to
High
deal with.
fastball coming. Oh,
Goes down with the breaking stuff. It's the sort of velocity where you got to commit, but unless you can really see the spin on the slider, you got troubles. You got to kind of guess ahead of time, I'm thinking. Make up your mind. Gets him on the breaking pitch to pop up. Riojas is calling it, and at first Color was like, I bite. Ruger's like, I'll take care of that. F1. Gets him out in front of the breaker. Takes down one of the league leaders, and Austin O'Malley, second out. Mr. Durr. I don't know when to do the circus audio on our guys, but let's see here. Inside corner. We'll agree that that was a ball, begrudgingly, just because he's hosed up others. 1 out. Honestly, I fully expect, as much as I grab an umpire to like just confront me at some point during the season, like, you don't know. I was like, you're right, dude. I suck, but I want what I want. 1-1. Nice breaking stuff there.
I have a running theory that Ruger ends every inning with a strikeout. So since there's 2 outs and 2 strikes.
I'm with you. He's working ahead. The perplexing strike zone. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good sign. It's a head scratcher. Down with the slider. 2-2. There's this game that was kind of like a brain teaser called Mastermind. You still make it. I think you still get it. You have to like create a sequence. The other person has to guess it. That's what I feel like with a strike zone. It's like I couldn't guess. I couldn't even guess what your strike zone is. I don't know where that was. I guess up. Basically looked like he was belt high on Durr right down the middle. It would have hit Clara in the head had he not caught it. Out to left. Torres reads it, makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, and we're going to put up Hank the Tank. the nuisance bear because I'm feeling that Hank the Tank is the answer. It's rally animal. Rally animal time, folks. F7. And we'll go to some bumper right here. Oh, this will be the bump music. Preston Freeman, the perfect man to start the rally. Been barreling up the ball tonight and all season. One of the league leaders in RBIs. 2 hits tonight. All right. Hank the Tank's done his job. We'll just flash him as needed. That's the rally animal. We've decided. I became aware of the term nuisance bear, and that's the most famous nuisance bear of all time. Shot foul by Preston Freeman.
There has been an RV parked down the third baseline.
I saw that guy.
Foul ball. Just if you're talking about a heat map, that is a heat map for foul balls. And I don't think any have found it yet.
Getting the RV bounced, and oh my gosh, are they calling that a fair or foul? I don't know what they're doing. Foul ball. So foul ball. Freeman chopped it off the plate, and O'Malley tried to glove it and step on the bag. But Freeman hit the ball hard tonight. You've got Uratich still on the mound, somewhere lurking in the Rougarou dugout is a man by the name of William Tarpley. And Will Tarpley, man, put it on us for about 7 innings the other night. He was throwing no hit, perfect game ball. Unforgettable in this league because most guys don't go that long. Good take from Freeman. 2s. So, Snead State Junior College, according to this. Keep your eye on Tarpley. Pretty decent breaking ball from Uratich has been trouble. Got 2 Ks last inning. So Case Freeman, which is a tall order for any pitcher, 1 down. And I don't know when Uratich came in, but he's got 3 Ks in the last 4 batters, and it's all off that breaking pitch. Jaden Kalura. One to 0. Breaking ball in. So Uratich, the dirty slider, and using it in all sorts of ways. Driven into, I think I was going to drop in for a hit. Nice piece of hitting by Mr. Kalura. Uh-oh, and he's limping off of first. We're going to have time. Get a look over at Kalura. Came up gimpy. after driving a single to center. That's basically what he did the first thing, but it was so at Daryl Moore that he caught it. And that might lead to a pinch runner in Logan Longshore. I'm not sure. Man, I hope he's all right.
Logan Stockton comes bombing out of the dugout if he wasn't
Logan
ready
Stockton.
enough.
That's that man. That man himself is a rally animal. Let me tell you what. The Wolverine himself, Logan Stockton, is going to come in for Jaden Kalura.
A clean-shaven Logan Stockton.
That's the kind of things Logan will do for the team. Do anything to switch it up. Here's Connor. Singled and scored his last time. Good piece of hitting right there, but Jaden Kalura to get us going. Stirs climbing out of a hole. See the rally happen. Slider in. 3-0. Uritich sets from the stretch. Another breaking ball down and in. So Connor ahead here. Hopefully you got a good look at the Uritich slider because that is coming. Works in a fastball, but that's his kill shot right there. Fastball up, misses. 3-0. On some level, the zone is randomly being called random for everybody. Well, I'll just eat crow on that last statement. So 3-1. Corner strike is a corner strike for there. Isaac Herrera would like to have a word. Inside, no chance to call that a strike, but can't assume anything. So Kaiser works a walk. Truly, it's confirmed now. It was a ball.
Stockton moves over to second base.
Stockton on second, one down. Center fielder Kyle Atkinson, Texas State Bobcat. Let's see what we get going here. Andrew Uritich, 6'2", 168 pounds. Livingston, Louisiana. He's also going to LCU. I went to LCU, but mine was Lubbock. He's going to Louisiana Christian University. Breaking ball's up. So a tight zone will lead to rallies. I think that's why we're in kind of a 10-5 game. A lot of extra base runners that appear. He's going to call that a strike. 1-1. Let's see what Uritich cooks up here. Slider doesn't get the call.
I thought that looked like a nice pitch.
Yeah, I mean, just going to live with the realities of this zone. Don't take anything for granted as a batter. But then also, I mean, I don't know if you necessarily need to chase the bounce really high, and they're going to call that foul ball.
Very, very similar to that Preston Freeman foul ball that let off the center.
Almost exactly the same. Twos to Atkinson. Never know what to do as a batter. I'd say protect, but then it's also like you can kind of just take your way to first base many times. But we got 5 outs left. We need rally time. So Atkinson's the man. Uritich probably thinking slider. And he goes fastball away. What do I know?
Good take by Kyle.
Count goes full. Anytime Uritich is in an out situation, I just assume he's going with slider. Even if you know it's coming, it's tough. So don't chase it down and in. And he bounces it to the second baseman. Safford Oh, man, I thought he beat it. Safford to Shelley onto O'Malley, and they get the 4-6-3 rally killer. Payne and Seguin. Coming back to the top of 9. Got Riojas still on. And your batter for the Rougarou going to be, I'm going to get my book flipped around here. So Trevor Durr is a 1-2-3 inning for Rougarou. Right back at the top with TJ Grimes. Hit the ball hard a couple times tonight. Fastball, cheddar cheese whiz, but it's up 1-0. Fastball's in. I'm about cheese whiz from the grocery store lately, but you should. It's a good product. I don't know who invented Cheese Whiz, how they do that. I understand like an aerosol spray can, but Cheese Whiz, folks. 2-1, TJ Grimes. Swings through the Riojas fastball. 2-2. I could see what the Roadrunners like about Riojas stuff. On a Wemberley. Ooh, pop in the glove, man. What's Riojas going to be like when he Adds another 10, 15 pounds in 2 years. You know, it's good stuff right there. Full to grinds. It's popping the glove. Logan Stockton's your catcher now. Mr. Kalura. Sorry, Jaden Kalura. Injury to the foot. Hope he's okay. Last inning, and Riojas reaches back and gets the heat and blows it by grinds. 1 down on the K. Elevate the fastball. No chance as a hitter. Looks so good coming in, but your reaction time is just getting cut down. Reaction time is just getting cut down. You got to make decisions. Looks good, and it's by you. Will Safford, all over the base pass. 3 runs scored tonight, stolen base. Like a Rougarou to come out of the swamp. Not do anything bad to Mr. Safford, but maybe keep him off the bases. More Riojas. Full form tonight. 1-1. Bounce it. 2-1. You never know though. It's a brutal schedule for guys. College baseball is going to be 3 on the weekend in a Tuesday game, and sometimes those are going to be off. And Safford tries to hold up, but it's the commitment problem. Somebody's throwing Ruger Riojas fastballs. You're trying to pick it up and make a decision, man. You got to commit. 2-2. Jams him right at Hector Rodriguez, and he's going to make the catch. So F6. Didn't get a full R roll there, but F6, Hector Rodriguez. 2 down. If you're looking for what kind of stuff Riojas is dealing, you're looking at Exhibit A. Now you get a nice TCL matchup. You get some of the high-quality mint stuff from Riojas, facing one of the best hitters in the league. Fastball outside. Like baseball, but, you know, like matchups too. A couple of the league's best right here. Getting a look at each other. Checked it. It's a strike. 1-1. Shelley tonight. 2 hits, walked, scored a couple runs. Officially 2 for 2. Bounced it, rolled it over to Hector, and Hector is just a larger Omar Vizquel, man. That guy's glove. Something else. Makes the difficult plays look easy. 6-3, 1-2-3 by Ruger Riojas, and we're going to go to the bottom of the 9th, and I'm bringing out Hank the Tank. Gosh darn it. I don't know if that's a word. Gosh darn it. All right, folks, let's get some pump-up music going. Get this going here.
10,000 feet.
10,000 feet is right. 10,000 runs.
Gotta fly. Get me a ticket. I wanna feel the heat. Fly over the ocean. I take you along. Move like a rocket man. I live from motion. We land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane. That's right. I'm gonna let you go in along. Bring me along to some fun. Ha. I try to lie. don't bite. Fly over there, Danny. Take off for a new city.
Thomas Amador. Thomas Amador is going to be your pitcher for the Rougarou. Comes on for Uritich. Thomas Amador, 6'205". 6'205" out of Houma, Louisiana, going to the University of New Orleans. On the right side. If I'm not mistaken, he bounces it. New Orleans is the Buccaneers. I forgot. We played against them in South Alabama. They're like, dude, where'd you play? Dude, I played everywhere, just like every college baseball player. So Hector makes a nice play on the ground ball, and he's going to lead it off here in the bottom of the ninth. 1-0. You don't think you come back from 5 in the TCL with this strike zone. You don't watch that much TCL. Because we can do it, folks. Hank the Tank says so. 1-1 to Hector. Oh. Amador. Calls it a ball. 2-1. Hit into the hole, could be trouble. Safford goes over and gets in front of it and gets Hector. 1 down, 4-3. It's going to be Garrett Felix. It's the Privateers, close. Buccaneers. University of New Orleans, Mr. Amador is a privateer. 1-0 to Felix, who will give you a professional at bat every time. He's taken 2-0. I'm really coming to enjoy Garrett Felix at bat, as I think it's. I think he's not necessarily always take till you won, but he's in there to get a look at your arm slot. He will take. He doesn't mind working deep in the count, and Sabermetrics would tell you that is the proper approach. I had the knowledge I had now. I was a big first pitch hunter. I ought to watch more. Totally fine with that. That's Garrett Felix doing Garrett Felix things right there. 3-1. Totally fine with that. Garrett Felix on the ammunition. Not going to swing at that. Full count for Garrett Felix. Ball 4. Felix does what Felix does. And mind you, folks, when you get to the end of this season, let's all come back and take a look at Garrett Felix's on-base percentage, because it's going to be high. That man and Logan Stockton will work a count, and they will not chase. And they have the utmost confidence to be deep in the count. Alex Gonzalez. One down. Station to station for your runners. 0-1. Make Amador throw strikes. Shot right through the hole. Good piece of hitting by Alex Gonzalez, and Felix is just going to stay at second. No point stretching it, so put things together. Great at bat by Felix. Line shot through the open hole is Alex Gonzalez for the single. That brings up Adrian Torres. 1 for 4 tonight. The single in the 5th that was smoked. Like Adrian Torres to do it like Mr. Felix. See some pitches. See which way the wind is blowing on the strike zone. He's first pitch swinging. It was in. Would have been a ball. But the aggressiveness I like. You don't want to take guys' aggressiveness away. But if you can shape that into the pitch seeing philosophy, you get deep into counts, then you're cooking with gas, folks. Amador. Big breaking ball misses. Shelley semi-checking on Felix. Sort of thing where if you're the shortstop, you don't mind checking the runner because you lefty, you might be wanting to shade up the middle anyway, so you're kind of there. Low. So 2-1 now. Things starting to work ahead. Got to be your pitch here for Mr. Torres. And then Damian Rodriguez coming from RGV. Very nice additions. And that's in. So 3-1. It's getting interesting. If you're cooking things on the stove, you might be starting to sprinkle some spice in it.
Oh, is that what you were talking about?
Things getting interesting. Well, three 3-1 to Torres. Amador deals way in and hits him. If you're the Rooster, you're kind of in that situation where you're like, I can see potentially wheels falling off the 18-wheeler as we're going down the other side of Pikes Peak. So he's going to come out and talk to Amador. Do not want to do that if you're the Ruse, and I'm loving it. And that's all Hank the Tank right there. So that's a hit by pitch. Torres wears it, as we do. And the bases are juiced. One down. And Xavier Arias, a man who I happen to think is an exceptional hitter, near the top of the team in a number of categories, and has excellent power. Big spot here. I think if you're Arias philosophically, I don't know. I mean, this dude can crush the ball. I don't know if you're taking so you got one because Amador's having issues, or just cut it loose because you're awesome. So, ball outside. All right. So, strike there. 1-1 to Arias. Amador leaning in from the stretch. Base is packed. Infield's back. Third baseman's pretty close to the cut. Ooh, good hack from Arias. So 1-2. I think Arias is at Harding University from Lavernia, Texas, nearby. I think somebody would take a look at that guy. 220, and that's not. I think in my program, my weight was very well fabricated to 185. I was lucky if I was 170, 175. I was yoked. But Arias, all of 220. Dude, his upper body is huge. 2-2s. Plunks him, and that's a run. Great job not jumping out of the way right there. That's a rally run right there, and it is starting. So Arias wears it like a champ. Everybody moves up. 4-run ball game, and you got Preston Freeman, man. Preston Freeman, nothing like having an RBI leader. The base is loaded up. So they're going to change pitchers before it completely gets out of hand, which we're going to make happen because guess who's coming back? and you can't stop us from doing it. Oh, he was up there. Was he up there the whole time? Oh, the Rally Bear. I thought we took him down between innings, but Lewis is making magic happen. Hank the Tank. Know him, love him. Magic's going to happen. Magic. Whoa. Just go there. I'll let Lewis take back over there. That's a nuisance bear. But if you're looking for the Henry Aaron of nuisance bears, that's it. Hank the Tank, 500 pounds. Break in your house, eat up your refrigerator, and bounce. That's what's up. Let's get some bump music going, folks.
10,000 feet. I gotta fly.
15.
Get me to
15. Ethan Brister.
Fly over the ocean. I take you along. Move like a rocket man. I live in motion. Land in New York City. 'Cause I love the way she moves. Gotta hold on tight all through the night. Get on to the aeroplane.
Ethan Brister up.
All right, Seguin bases are still loaded. Make some noise.
I can't prove this, but I know Bubby Brister is from Louisiana, and I bet you anything they're related. Could be not. Could be Bubby Brister's son, for all I know. Bubby Brister, if you're out there, you're a stud. But here's Preston Freeman about to do Preston Freeman things against Ethan Brister. Nice hack from Preston. Fouls it off. Ethan Brister, East Texas Baptist from Payne Courtville, Louisiana. Oh, Freeman's hands are so fast. 0-2. He was looking for that pitch. It got in on him, and he still got the barrel out. Like, kind of moved his body and did it. It's outside. 1-2. Good take. One, 2 to Freeman. Bases packed. 4-run ball game now. Ooh. Flared foul. Could be playable for the third baseman. Oh, my gosh. And Willie Mays Hayes catches it. Could have got away. So F5, and it's down to Logan Stockton. 2 down. Stockton. Very high on-base percentage. Good at bat every time from this man. Came in for Jaden Kalura, who came up gimpy in the 8th. Outside. Outside to Stockton. Also Shorter University. We got a fire team from Shorter. 4 guys. If you don't know about Brister from the stretch. Breaking ball crushed up the middle. Gerald Moore going back, but he's going to make it. It stays in the ballpark, and that does it. I'll save that Marine Corps platoon structure story for you later. Rouge take down the River Monsters 10-6. Stirs make it interesting in the bottom of the 9th, but don't get over the hump with the nuisance Rally Bear. Rougarous stay on top of the league, and the Stirs if I may say, I feel like Bull Durham, where they're going to do the old Crash Davis, do the old Crash Davis, rain delay, and go on a hellacious winning streak. Keep your chins up out there. Tip your cap to the Rougaroo. Thanks for checking out Seguin River Monsters and TCL Baseball. If I offended you, fix yourself. I'm out.